Hi guys. So I started a video but it got cut off. Anyway, so I was explaining in the video about fears and hyper-arousal and hypo-arousal, which is the direct result of being triggered or something bad happening, and moods fluctuating, those types of things. Hyper-arousal is when you usually fight or flight. Freeze is more hypo-arousal. So if you can't move, if you're numb, if you are depressed, you are hypo-arousal. Hyper-arousal is like anger and penetrating thoughts. I don't think that's the right word. I usually use it and my sister's like, no penetrating. Anyway, they come into your mind and they're there. That's the thoughts, that one. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about was fears. And I guess I've done a lot of work on trying to analyze my fears and why I get triggered and those types of things. And I do find it's like a roller coaster. Like you often get stressed and then go up, and then it's like you crash afterwards, and so you find yourself in some aggression kind of area, and then you find yourself in some depression kind of area. Aggression, depression. That's for me anyway, but some people are very different. So I did find myself in a bit of a depression at the end of the year, and I didn't use the things that I know that work. So I wanted to show you guys one of the techniques that I know works for hypo-arousal, and one of the techniques for hyper-arousal. So hypo-arousal is about feeling numb, right? And how do we get feeling back into our body so that our body and mind are in sync? Well, we could try some kind of physical grounding technique. So like get your arm here, right? And you would be pinching up the middle, you know, like this. And that would be giving your body feeling and getting you kind of back in your body. Sometimes I've even done things like I've pinched in between fingers and stuff like that to get feeling back. And once you can get that feeling back and you can get some kind of routine in your life, your depression may very well ease, and you might be able to feel things again and lose some of that numbness, depending on what type of depression you have. But yeah, that is something that I didn't think of when I was depressed, and it you know, obviously affected me because I stayed depressed for longer. So the fear side of things, you're looking at majority of the time anger, fight, flight, and that's hyper-arousal. And I found that breathing exercises are quite good. Sometimes distraction techniques are really good as well. So last night, my daughter says, Mum, sometimes I'm scared because I see monsters. And I said, oh, sweetheart, you know, I've been around a very long time, and I don't think monsters are real. Otherwise they would have come and talked to me and come and have a sit down when I'm having a cup of tea. And she goes, you think? You're not that old though. And I said, oh, I'm old enough. I mean, if there were monsters, they surely would have come and had a chat with me, don't you think? She goes, maybe. I said, and you know how monsters always make that noise? She said, yeah. I said, they're just thirsty. And she goes, what? I said, they want a cup of tea. They want a drink, you know? I said, sometimes we can think that these monsters or shadows that we see are really scary, but all we need to do is just sit down and have a drink and have a chat with them, right? And I mean, it's about facing our fears. We're reducing the fact that this big, horrible, evil shadow is so scary and you know, so dangerous for us. But it's our ideas of what we attach truth to it that becomes dangerous. You think of your fears, right? So I grabbed this little plant, right? And I thought, okay, so you think of a fear and you place it on a leaf, and then you go through the facts of that fear. So why you have that fear, and you go through your assumptions. So you might say, I'm afraid of cockroaches, okay? So the cockroaches is the whole thing. Now, can cockroaches actually hurt you? Not really, no. So you would remove a leaf, right? Are cockroaches able to fly at your face? Yes, that leaf remains. But does it really affect you in the end? No. I have run away from them before. I'm not that slow. So I guess you're looking at this is your whole fear, cockroaches, right? Whatever your fear is. And you just remove leaves as you go, and then you realize it's just a long stem in the end. There may be 1 or 2 leaves there. There may be actual facts that you're scared of whatever it is. But that's when you look at problem solving, because you removed all of the assumptions, you've removed all of the loose baggage fear, you know, the dregs of the fear. And then you've gotten to the core, the stem, the root of the fear. And once you can get there, then you can address it and you can find out why you're afraid, and you can sit with the feelings and you can understand them and have some clarity and yeah, and have tea with them. Okay, all right guys, I'm just at the duck pond. I'm gonna go, but wanted to do that video. So all right, see ya.